Deputy Minister Seithlolo warns of a brewing water pollution crisis that needs to be urgently addressed. The poor wastewater treatment works that discharge effluent in rivers leads to higher treatment and recycling costs.
But all of the pollution that comes through the Crocodile River that lands in Harties Dam is all due to municipalities in the province of Gauteng. The Department of Water and Sanitation is spending 22 million per annum to remove physically through Magali's water, the water hyacinth in the Harties Dam, 22 million. And in the coming 3 years, we've invested over 45 million to address the issue of the water hyacinths in the Vaal River. This is money that could be reinvested into something else if municipalities were actually operating and maintaining their wastewater treatment infrastructure. We are facing a crisis.
The pollution is likely to affect households.
Here's the problem. Raw water quality, as abstracted from the Vaal River system by Rand Water, if it is so deeply polluted, it creates a vicious cycle. What this means is Mr. Mosai and the team operationally at Rand Water must now buy extra chemicals, treat the water at an extra cost. Who bears the brunt for that? Municipalities that buy it in bulk have to also, they now need to sell it in bulk at a higher price to municipalities. In turn, municipalities need to sell off the water to consumers also at a higher price. This is a vicious cycle considering our economic position as a country.
The conference has brought together about 54 countries to share best practices on water recycling and reuse. Rand Water, the biggest supplier of bulk water in the country and on the continent, produces about 5,200 million liters of water a day. The company says it wants to learn ways to treat wastewater for industrial, agricultural, and recreational purposes.
I think we're talking probably a period of more than a decade. We're still really getting into it in large scale in the country. And then I think for the next 10 years, we'll work firstly on, perfecting the system, making sure that we have different distribution network, labeling it. And I think it's too early to talk about drinking it immediately. And for us in Gauteng is to get into the next about a decade or so, reclaiming it for those purposes before the drinking.
Mosai says Rand Water is meeting the demand for water, but some of it is wasted at municipal level.
In fact, we're surpassing the demand by far. On average, the World Health Organizations and other institutions, they will tell you that an average that we should be putting into the system is 173 liters per person per day. In Gauteng, we're supplying under 300 liters per person per day.
So what causes people to go without water? I think that's the question.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I think that's the most important question, is that if you look at what you call a no-drop report, independently produced report with technocrats independent from the Department of Water and Sanitation, they indicate that most of that water is lost at municipal system supply. About 33% of the 5,200 million liters of rainwater that we put into the system is lost through the leaks. So if we have that situation, it's going to be inevitable that there are people and communities in those communities that are going to struggle. So if you look at what we're doing in Gauteng, we have what we call intergovernmental relations. This is a platform established by the Premier, run by the MEC. The minister sits in there to say, how do we work with our municipality to fix the leaks?
The conference concludes its deliberations today. Ulelani Philip, SABC News, Cape Town.